Hello and welcome to Commodity Champions. I'm Anisha Gupta. Come tomorrow, India will face a 50% tariff on its exports to the United States. The Trump administration has notified India about the imposition of additional 25% tariffs and has blamed it on India's oil purchase from Russia. India's gem and jewelry industry will be among the worst affected due to the U.S. tariffs. U.S. is the biggest market for the sector, accounting for 40% of its overall exports, worth $10 billion. The 50% tariffs make India far less competitive compared to the countries like Turkey, Vietnam and Thailand, which face tariff rates less than 20%. And the jewelry industry has issued an SOS warning about potential job losses to the tune of 1.7 lakh people. The industry has written to authorities seeking relief, including special schemes and a duty drawback scheme. The industry is also seeking market access initiatives and deferring the interest cost on working capital. The industry is also seeking government approval to offload the stock in the domestic markets. I headed to Bharat Diamond Bourse in Mumbai to find out the road ahead for the sector. I caught up with KIRIT BHANSALI, chairman of the Gem and Jewellery Export Promotion Council, and Venus Jewels partner DEVANSH SHAH. I began by asking them on how the U.S. tariff will impact the industry. Let's listen in.
It's very tough time, very challenging time. It's very difficult to work with U.S. As I mentioned in my previous interview also, 25% was also very difficult to ask. 50%, so there is no point of discussing anything. We'll have to explore new markets. We'll have to negotiate. My team, GJEPC, is also working very hard with Commerce Ministry. 27th, US has given the deadline, but still I'm hoping for the best. As IDMA chairman, if you remember, met their counterpart day before yesterday, and he has given little hopes. So we are just crossing our fingers. Let's hope for the best.
Oh, well, absolutely. Mr. Bhansali, even more important is the point that, this is a holiday season, especially in the US markets. Have we seen any front loading at this point in time? Has a lot of export already been done?
So before this 10%, a lot of people have taken that chance. According to my source, there is sufficient goods in pipeline in US. So I'm hoping this season will not be wiped off absolutely. But the road ahead is very, very tough.
The concern really is about the employment, because this is one of the labor-intensive sectors. What is it that you're having a conversation, especially with Gujarat and Maharashtra governments, because major work facilities are here?
So if I talk about the ships, Andheri, 70% plus exports happening only in US. So the major impact will be on ships. Same will be in Surat. I'm meeting Maharashtra CM tomorrow. And or day after tomorrow, meeting Gujarat CM also after Paryushan. Our festival is going on, and we are asking for some relief from both the government. I'm hoping they will definitely help in this tough time to the industry.
Devansh, I'll come to you as well. And what is the scenario that you guys are working with right now? Have the exports happened, and are you looking at other different markets also?
Yes, I think we have to look at different markets to try and keep our supply chain steady. It is an absolute sudden event, and there is no easy way to absolutely feel normal about it. So we have to work very hard to ensure that even our own people and our own environment that we're working is least affected. But it's impossible to say that nothing is a problem. And I think the situation is also very quickly evolving. Situations in April were very different from those in July and those today in August. And looking ahead also, I don't see any clarity on how the situation will evolve and where it will reach in another month or 2 months. So we have to wait and see how things evolve and take decisions after we have some clarity on how the medium term to long term is looking.
Devansh, what are you telling your employees here? And I understand there's just too much uncertainty at this point in time. So how are you taking your business decisions right now?
For us, US was, of course, 30 to 40% of our business in terms of sales, and that is definitely an impact that we will have to look at. Temporarily, of course, we are taking this wait and watch approach. We have to absorb the impact a little bit, but it's not too far that we can keep the impact only on ourselves. We have to try and evolve the market to absorb more and more of our production that comes in, maybe Indian consumers, maybe consumers in other regions around the world that will grow, and we have to ensure that we are reaching out to as many as we can to mitigate as much of the impact as we can.
Mr. Bhansali, I think everybody right now is looking for some support, some hand-holding, some incentives from the government. You told us about on how you're talking to the various state governments right now to ensure that there is some support on labor. But for the industry itself, what are the conversations that you are having with your ministry?
So in my last meeting with Niti Aayog, we have demanded in SIPs to allow us reverse job work, which is good market, domestic is doing good. And they've taken our point very seriously. I'm hoping in a couple of days they will allow us to do reverse job work in SIPs. And that will be a very, very big relief as far as the Andheri SIPs is concerned.
What about working capital, your interests? Are you asking for those helps as well?
Yes, we have demanded, and the government knows this sector very well. They've taken all my points very seriously, and hopefully we will get all positive all positive from various governments. We have asked from Rajasthan government, Gujarat government, Maharashtra government, UP government. Why we approach UP government? Because a lot of UP's workforce in Surat. So we have spoken with Mr. Yogi also.
Mr. Bhansali, we all understand that Surat is the largest hub when it comes to diamond. The concerns have already been there. Now with 25 and perhaps a 50%, what is it that diamond industry is looking at Surat in sense of workforce there?
So I have not given up. I'm still hoping that something will come out, as my colleague Devansh said, that something will come out, because it's you'll have to see both the sides. 70,000 plus small or big outlets are in US, and major supplier is Indians. So it's not only that India is going to suffer. Their season is December is around the corner. So it's both the sides, and their counterpart, like I said that International Diamond Manufacturers Association President Mr. Rob have already approached the Commerce Minister of US. And both the associations are working hand to hand, and I'm sure that we'll come out with some good solution.
One more question, and with US creating so much of uncertainty, what other countries are you looking at? Where is the council working now, spreading its wings?
This month we are going to hold a big show in Saudi Arabia, 11, 12, 13, 8, 9th. I'm going with GJEPC team. That's one market. We have seen good result in UAE also. After this 5 FTA, Britain is on the line. We are doing 1 billion business then. I'm hoping in next 2-3 years it will be triples. So we will not sit down. We'll have to explore new markets.
I also caught up with PRAVEENSHANKAR Pandya. He's director, Shankar Group of Companies. I began by asking him if the jewellery sector can overcome the impact of Trump's tariffs in the months to come.
This industry 50 years ago started with nil. And we have, experienced all kind of things, and we have created the market. In fact, America, which is roughly about our 40% market, was not there at all. So since we gave them the product that was, most competitive, and Americans like jewelry, so they took our diamonds and they continue to take it, and it's our best market. So I think, yes, it's uncertain times, but I see that in near future we'll be able to overcome all these things.
At this point in time, with the kind of tariffs that we are working with, how long do you think that the industry can hold on with perhaps losses or continuing to pay employees?
Yes, we will have some crisis of liquidity. But there is no cause of worry because, our 60% market is still intact. And even in America, because nobody else can take this market, because we are into the smaller goods, into the medium goods, into the larger sizes, and no other country can immediately manufacture these diamonds. So either they will have to absorb the duty, which I don't think it's a fair thing that, the consumer should absorb it. So I think I look forward to a good negotiation by our Commerce Ministry, and their ministry, so that, you know, they come out with a quick solution to this problem. But till then, I think we will continue to have some difficulty, but there still would be some businesses going forward.
There also are various reports, Mr. Pandya, that we perhaps could be looking at some Indian companies moving base when it comes to manufacturing. Is there a serious thought on this?
There are some people trying to do an early advantage, but I think that's not going to work, because in other countries, teaching them, especially in diamond manufacturing, it's not possible. You see, we have manufactured everywhere. We had factories, our Indians had factories in China, but there are not enough workers there. So to teach them and to do this will take a long time. But yes, jewelry manufacturing would have an impact, and there are many countries like China, Mexico, and who are manufacturing jewelry. So they may take advantage into the jewelry manufacturing, but their products have to come from India, the diamonds have to come from India.
So one more question, Mr. Pandya. So how long are you ready to give this uncertainty before you can take a final call on business? And what really is the plan B here?
I would say something around 4 months.
Okay.
I see that before the end of the year, we would definitely have some solution to this. Otherwise, people will have to take our long-term solutions. And I'm looking forward that at least in diamond manufacturing, there is no alternative to India. And it will take a long time for anybody else to come up and challenge our production. So there I'm not worried, but I'm really worried a little bit about jewelry, which, you know, there are other countries, if they get a preferential treatment in terms of duty, then of course they will have an advantage. But overall, I don't see this thing. But yes, we need a definite support from our government at this time. You know, there in terms of subventions, in terms of, you know, interest subventions, which have been taken away, should be given back. And there are other kinds of things which we will be negotiating with the government. We'll be asking, because they are also seized with the matter. And they would definitely, you know, come. And then in the past also they have, in 2008 and other times, they have definitely supported the industry. Without that support, our industry would have not been here. So the Commerce Ministry is our main ministry, and they would definitely support us.
Well, there's a lot of hope going forward onto the markets there, but on that note, it's time for a short break. When we return, we catch up with AKSHAY SHAH of DHARMANANDAN Diamonds and SABYASACHI of GJEPC to find out what sort of tariff levels is the country looking at and can actually absorb. Welcome back. You're watching Commodity Champions. AKSHAY SHAH of DHARMANANDAN Diamonds has said that tariffs in the range of 5 to 10% would be reasonable for the industry. Meanwhile, SABYASACHI of GJEPC expressed optimism that the ongoing India-US trade talks will conclude with a positive outcome. Let's listen in.
So definitely US has been a major exporting partner, and a lot of India being the major diamond producer. So there is a big trade happening in diamond, gem and jewelry industry between India and US. Definitely US retailers, channel partners, everyone is thinking how to get the imports. It's their season time, and August, September, October is the best time for the year for them to have a wedding season and do businesses. So they are also figuring out, we are also figuring out. Of course, we are in support with the government, and we are trying, even GJPC, even diamond manufacturers, associations, everyone is working in a very close knit to get the best solution for the two countries. I think it's a matter of patience and the time. It should be resolved soon. But definitely, eventually, with minor taxations or import tariffs, I think it will be absorbed in the industry. Eventually, people want to buy, even we want to sell. People will find the best solution. But currently, the business has been staggered, and 2 months has been like more like a waiting game. But we see, I think things will improve and the closures will come soon. We are hoping for the best, and I'm sure Indian government is taking good care about the exporters. It can be textile or gem and jewellery or any fields which is hit hard.
Akshay, what is the level of tariff that you would say industry is ready to work with and can absorb?
So, you know, in cars, imports, everything, India has also been paying heavy duties on American or European cars or being any industry. So I think with the luxury, especially gem and jewellery, which is a very high value items, I think between 5 to 10% can be absorbed at level. But of course, 25, 50 will be a challenging thing, because American consumers maybe will buy from other countries the finished jewelry. The other countries will have a better, more manufacturing or more establishments, like people can go fly down to Europe and buy. So I think eventually things will settle down, but I think anything between below 10 can be understandable and adjustable, I feel.
You deal with bigger diamonds.
Yes.
Do you see, apart from US, any other country be able to absorb that?
Yeah, so basically these diamonds are only 2 or 3% manufactured in the world, in the total quantity of diamonds. So those diamonds, I think, can be absorbed anywhere. It's more with the Billionaires Club and Millionaires Club, and it's in every country. So, and they have offices every country. So I think eventually that segment may be okay, but if we see the overall diamond, yes, US been the major consumer and India being the major producer. So between India and US, things have to be resolved fast.
Sabya, at this point in time, most of the jewelry guys that I'm talking to, while there's a lot of uncertainty, but they are hopeful that 25 and 50 is a number that you can't work with. So what is your conversation right now with the ministry? I know there are a lot of conversations at various levels happening right now.
See, as I have told you always, this percentage in our industry does not work, It is not a percentage because it's very high valued goods, and when you put percentage on that, it can subsist. And jewellery per se, is a finished product. So when you have differential tariff, like us has a different tariff, Thailand has a different tariff, Vietnam has a different tariff, then of course this manufacturing may shift, or there are always chances of goods getting, shifted, the manufacturing getting shifted from there. But one of the things also we need to understand that things are not very clear, that how much is the base manufacturing, whether 80%, 60% will be manufactured in a country to get that status of origin. All these things are not clear. So let that clarity come into the whole system, how the executive order will come out. Because of that, you have seen that India has already suspended, the movement of goods through post and aircraft till that clarity comes. This is one part of the business. But when you talk about the government, what you are told, as you have heard already, Akshay has told, that we also believe that this cannot sustain 50%, and India being the sole manufacturer of diamonds, this duty cannot sustain. So a lot of talks are going on. We are hopeful that these talks will end into some positive thing. Till that time, we have to hold the fort. To hold the fort, we have already told Indian government to take two very major decisions. One decision, what we have told is that you have to see that this packing credit, whatever is being given by the banks, if this period is getting prolonged because of this or elongated due to this whole scenario or whatever the US tariff scenario, so you have to give a moratorium on the interest rates till that time when the people are suffering. For that, you have to give support to the bank so that the interest component should not come. This is one of the things. And then also what you are told, that you have to keep some additional credit. Let's say if they are trying to look at some other market, they have to buy new products, etc. For that also some additional ad hoc credit may be given. Third thing what we have told is that you see most of our products are export intensive, because diamond jewellery, that there is not that much demand in India, so that was export intensive. But as the Indian economy is doing well, what I have told that whatever is manufactured in SEEBs or SEZ, you should allow that to be sold in the domestic market to take, at least absorb this, this whatever impact has happened, at least for the time being during this festive season, you should be trying to. So we are very hopeful that the government will give us this kind of facility, so that from SEEBs or from Sitapura in Jaipur or from SEZ in Surat, you can sell some diamonds or diamond jewellery in the local market, so that you can at least sustain with this impact.
Sabya, what are the other things in sense of incentives, subsidies, hand-holding, wavering? Is there more that you're asking from the government right now?
See, I have already told interest subsidies is that moratorium. That itself is the interest subsidy. But what we are also telling is that for promoting the diamonds, for generic promotion of diamonds and diamond jewelry, at least in this part of the world, whether it is the Middle East, whether it is here, whether it is the Far East, which are the new markets, which is developing very well, let us try to promote Indian diamond jewelry and diamonds in this part of the market so that they can take some kind of hit or some export growth. Like, I'll give you an example, like Saudi Arabian jewelry exhibition, SAJEX, what we are doing. We have seen that in Saudi Arabia, it is now currently a $4 billion of jewelry market, which is going to be $8 billion. So there, if we do promotion right from now, then as Saudi market is opening up, that can be a good one. If you see our export, the way it has grown to the Middle East, also MENA country is doing very well because of the oil prices are stable and etc. So their economy is doing well. There also we have told that certain kind of promotion. We are already doing generic promotion in India, in China and in the Middle East with DBS, and also we are working with other, let's say, Platinum Guild and etc. So that way in the promotion also government can help. That is what we are trying to tell. And till the time being, some type of relief to the workers. Like I will give you one type of example, what we are talking for relief for the workers. A lot of workers, because when you have a salary, based on that you have taken EMI to buy the white goods and etc. So at least for the EMI, if some sort of benefit or some sort of subsidy can be given to them for the time being, at least this season, then that will work. So that for workers we have told that the government should give, and also the education of their kids, whether they can support their education for this time being when they are suffering, that will also help. These are some worker specific benefits also we have told to the government to give to our sector.
Well, that is the council and the industry exporters talking to us. But how will the US's 50% tariffs impact traders and brokers and employees? I caught up with them at Mumbai's Bharat Diamond Bourse to find out. Let's listen in.
ऐसे देखें तो मार्केट में ऐसा कोई फर्क पड़ने वाला नहीं है, क्योंकि इधर का जो अपना व्यापारी है ना, इतना पुराना है और सबको मालूम है उसको कैसे हैंडल करना है. तो ये मार्केट में जो मंदी का माहौल तो है ही पहले से, तो मंदी का सामना तो कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन जो लोगों को ऐसा भय जैसा माहौल है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. व्यापारी अपना काम कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा एक्सपोर्ट में फर्क पड़ेगा, लेकिन दूसरे देशों में काम करेगा. लेकिन ऐसा लोकल ज्वेलरी अच्छी चल रही है, कोई प्रॉब्लम जैसा नहीं है.
भय नहीं है, लेकिन एज ऑफ नाउ किस तरह का काम है? कुछ नीचे आया है, कुछ मंदी नजर आती है?
20-25% आया, ज्यादा नहीं आया. कोई फर्क पण करेगा ना यार. आप प्रधानमंत्री ऐसा है तो क्यों घबराने का ही नहीं है.
मोदी है तो मुमकिन है, लेकिन टैरिफ नीचे लाना जरूरी है, क्योंकि धंधा बहुत मंदा हो जाता है. मोदी जी
करने का नहीं है, सामना करने का.
तो जरूर कुछ मंदी यहाँ पर जरूर देखने को मिली है, आप कहेंगे?
बहुत सारी
मंदी तो होगी क्यों, मार्केट में फर्क पड़ेगा. लेकिन सब ऐसे मंदी बहुत आई है, पहले भी आई है, 2008 में भी आई है, लेकिन कुछ ना कुछ रास्ता निकल जाता है और निकल जाएगा. इसमें भी निकल जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि मंदी पकड़ के बैठेंगे सब. कुछ ना कुछ और भी रास्ते हैं. डायमंड में और भी रास्ते निकल जाएंगे, और बहुत सारे
रास्ते तो काफ़ी है. जैसे कि यूएस से टैरिफ लगाया 50% का, तो एक ही कंट्री पे डिपेंड नहीं है. हमारा दूसरी जगह भी एक्सपोर्ट होता है, तो उससे भी कवर होता है काफ़ी. तो टैरिफ का कोई इश्यू यहाँ पे इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा ज़्यादा हमारा को, और लोकल भी काम चालू है वैसा. हाँ, तो वो हिसाब से कोई इशू नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. और ज़्यादा वैश्विक मंदी है, तो वो हिसाब से ज़्यादा फर इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा. सब आत्मनिर्भर के हिसाब से काम कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे भी. तो आगे जाकर अगर ये मंदी चलती रहेगी तो कितना लंबा ये मंदी आपको लगता है झेल पाएगा ये सेक्टर? नहीं, ठीक है, काफ़ी टाइम से मंदी चल रही है, बट थोड़ा बहुत चल रहा है, तो वो इश्यू नहीं आनी जिसमें. आज 6 महीने बाद तो वो तेज़ी आनी है. मंदी तो परमानेंट तो रहने वाली नहीं है. बस सबका सपोर्ट होना चाहिए, कि एकता होनी चाहिए, तो मार्केट प्लस आना ही है. आप कैसे देखते हैं?
अभी तो मंदी लगता नहीं है कि ख़त्म होगी. खत्म जब
दिवाली आ जाएगी,
या महीने के बाद दिवाली आ जाएगी. तो मार्केट को चलना है तो इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे भी तेज़ी आनी चाहिए, और ये टैरिफ वगैरह इससे तो बहुत ज़्यादा मंदी होगी. तो यहाँ पे जो पहले कम से कम 55,000 आदमी आते थे, वो घट के अभी 35-40 हज़ार हो गए. तो इतने सारे आदमियों की या तो नौकरी गई हुई है, या तो फिर उन्होंने कोई और बिजनेस में अपना ध्यान लगा लिया है.
आप कैसे देखते हैं, क्या लगता है आपको, ये मंदी खत्म होगी? क्योंकि दिवाली तो अब 1-2 महीने ही दूर है.
नहीं, ये मंदी खत्म होने वाली लगती नहीं है, क्योंकि हीरा बाजार की हालत तो 2008 से भी भ्रष्ट हो गई. अभी ये 2008 में जो मंदी आई थी ना, उससे भी खराब स्थिति है. लोगों के घर खर्चे नहीं निकल रहे हैं इस बाजार में. आगे क्या होगा मालूम नहीं.
All right, there's a lot of uncertainty and there's a bit of a decline that we've seen coming in sales as well, but that were traders and employees still keeping hope that there would be some resolution that we'll see in coming few months. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Commodity Champions. Thank you for watching.